Днес започваме с нов канал. Създадох Next Level Motivation. Това ще бъде канала ми, в който ще качвам видеа с мотивационни речи, които мога да свалям безплатно, които мога да използвам, стига да дам кредит на хората, които са ги създали. Това е моя канал. Днес си го направих. Сложих профилна снимка, сложих банер, Next Level Motivation, Weekly Motivational Videos. Имам и watermark. Днес ще кача първия си клип, като идеята ми е да направя подобен канал на този Above Inspiration. Мога да използвам звуци и речи от archive.com.org. Това е библиотека, в която имаш доста MP3 файлове, които можеш да използваш безплатно. Стига да дадеш кредит, както споменах по-рано. Ето, избирам си аудио. Само че... Ето така. Избирам аудио. Може да изберем седмично, кои са най-популярни. All time, кои са най-популярни. Аз вече съм свалил един от тези файлове. Казва се You vs. You. Примерно да ви покажа как става. Ето този файл.
That might be a little unfamiliar. The courage to talk to someone and discover yourself on this spinning planet headed somewhere. You know that this exists.
Така.
To be a civilized society, we must drive the dark side of our nature into a small corner and let the positive side flourish.
Като MP3.
Early we must learn to exercise.
За да го изтеглиш.
Now, I want to get busy on
the
first couple of subjects for today. Everybody that's okay, say I'm okay. Here's the first subject that I found so interesting I want to share it with you. Then I want to talk about personal development. The subject that I started listening to age 25 that revolutionized my whole life. From my mentor, Mr. Earl Schoff. Here's an interesting subject. Just jot it down now. It's called Enlightened Self-Interest. Enlightened self-interest. It's a fascinating study to study the idea of self-interest. But just make this note, all of us, have self-interest. The key is for it to be enlightened so that everybody wins and no one loses. Our first interest is to survive. What does it take to survive? Our second interest is to succeed. What does it take to succeed? What does it take?
Because everybody else is already taken. Do the world a favor.
Пример, това е момиче в планината. Така започва видеото тук. Аз вече имам същия саунд. Сега трябва да намеря видео Girl in the Mountain. Като видео ми дава възможност да избирам от различни видеа. Например това. Нека да видим.
And be you.
Ето.
Because everybody else is already taken. Do the world a favor.
Това видео продължава.
Or God wouldn't have made you. If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be here. I would be them.
Следващото
I'm trying to be
видео
somebody else. Stop letting the culture define what's beautiful. God says you're beautiful. Have you listened to God's voice in Psalms 139, 13 and 14? That when you were in your mother's womb, you were wonderfully and fearfully made? Have you looked in the mirror and said, I'm wonderfully and fearfully made because God says? Or have you looked at TV images? Have you looked at magazine covers and said, oh, I'm ugly because I don't look like them? And God is going, precious child, you are beautiful to me.
Просто показвам как може супер лесно да направим почти същото видео.
They don't really like who they are.
Ето и сега да
They
видим.
focus on their faults, weaknesses.
The world needs you, or God wouldn't have made you. If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be here. I would be them. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop letting the culture define what's beautiful.
Нека видим каква е третата страна.
They're constant.
Beautifully and fearfully made. Have you looked in the mirror and said, I'm wonderfully and fearfully made because God says? Or have you looked at TV images?
Ето, have you looked in the mirror? Значи, какво имаме? Someone looking himself at the mirror. Добре. Не това момиче. Това момиче по-скоро. Не, това е много маличко това момиче. Добре, това е сравнително добро.
God says you're beautiful. Have you listened to God's voice in Psalms 139, 13 and 14? That when you were in your mother's womb...
Сега мога да ги едитна спрямо това, което се говори във видеото. Нека да видим къде е частта с...
define what's beautiful. God says you're beautiful. You. If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be here. I would be them.
Ето. If God wants me to be somebody else... Тук е мястото да започне балерината.
Stop trying to be... God wouldn't have made you. If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be here. I would be them. Stop trying to be somebody else. Stop letting the culture define what's beautiful.
What's beautiful? И тук вече идва момента.
God says you're beautiful.
God says you're beautiful.
Have you listened to God's voice in Psalms 139, 13 and 14? That when you were in your mother's womb, you were wonderful. Have you looked at magazine covers and said, oh, I'm ugly because I don't look like them? And God is going, precious child, you are beautiful to me.
Too many people go around feeling wrong on the inside. They don't really like who they are. They focus on their faults, weaknesses. They're constantly critical toward themselves. That recording of everything they've done wrong is always playing in their mind.
And fearfully
You're impatient.
Have you looked in the mirror and said, I'm wonderfully and fearfully...
You're still struggling with that addiction. You should be ashamed of yourself. They wonder why they're not happy. It's because they have this war going on the inside. You're not supposed to go through life feeling wrong about yourself. Quit focusing on your faults. Quit overanalyzing your weaknesses. Quit beating. They don't really like who they are. They focus on their faults, weaknesses. They're constantly critical.
The world a favor.
Добре, готов съм с видеото.
And be you. Because everybody else is already taken.
Използвам 28 видео.
You're wonderfully and fearfully.
God's not pleased with you. You're something they're dealing with.
Сега ще го експортна.
God is broken. God is going
И след малко
everything He's created you to be.
Така, почти съм готов с качването на видеото. Направих си тъмнел, който съм качил. Сложих си тагове. И продължавам видеото. Сега ще си сложа и субтитри. Обаче ще е доста игра. Най-накрая сложих субтитрите. Не мога да повярвам. Това беше трудно. Добре, публикувам го. Да видим как ще изглежда. Така.
Would you do the world a favor and be you? Because everybody else is already taken.
Хора, направих истинско YouTube видео.
And be you. The world needs you, or
Сега
God
всяка
wouldn't have
седмица
made
трябва
you.
да правя по едно.
If God wanted me to be somebody else, I wouldn't be
Трябва
here.
да
I
го
would be there.
монетизирам. Трябва да си разрасна канала, трябва да си направя социални медии.
The culture define what's beautiful.
Трябва да започна да се занимавам с афилиат маркетинг.
Have you listened to
Да
God's
слагам
voice
линкове
in
към
Psalm
продукти, които да се
139,
продават
13 and 14,
в
that when
канала,
you were in your mother's womb,
да го
you were
разрасна,
wonderfully and
да направя
fearfully
TikTok
made?
канал, също
Have you
да
looked in
качвам
the mirror and said,
шорт
"I'm
видеа
wonderfully
в
and
YouTube,
fearfully made because God says?" Or have you looked at
Да
TV images? Have you looked at magazine
си
covers
направя,
and
може
said,
би,
"Oh, I'm
Patreon
ugly because
акаунт,
I don't look like them."
да
And God is
монетизирам
going, "Precious child,
контента си
you are beautiful to me."
и
Too many people go around feeling
цяло съм
wrong
доволен.
on the inside. They
Много
don't
ми е
really like
интересно.
who they are. They focus on their faults, weaknesses.
Ще продължавам с тези
They're
видеа,
constantly critical toward themselves.
защото
That recording of everything they've done
мисля,
wrong
че в
is always playing in their
21
mind.
век, особено в 2023
You blew your
година,
diet yesterday.
дигиталните
You lost your
продукти
temper. You're still struggling with that
и
addiction.
социалните
You should be
медии
ashamed of
са
yourself.
начин, по който
They wonder
в
why
България,
they're not
страна
happy.
като България,
It's
могат да се
because
правят
they have this war
пасивни
going
доходи,
on
които
on
да
the
не
inside.
бъдат достатъчни, за да
You're
живея
not
нормален
supposed to
живот.
go through life feeling wrong
И
about yourself.
създавайки
Quit focusing on your
видеа,
faults.
контент,
Quit overanalyzing your weaknesses.
достигайки до хора,
Quit beating
занимавайки се
yourself
с
up
продажби,
because you're not who you
давайки
thought you would be. Here's the key. You're not
стойност,
a finished product.
създавайки продукт.
God is still working on you.
Аз се чувствам
The scripture
добре по
says
този
God
начин
changes us from glory to glory.
и съм
You have to
мотивиран да
learn to
продължавам
enjoy the glory that you're in
със
right now.
създаването на подобни
You
видеа.
may have some weaknesses. We all do.
Последвайте
Maybe
канала,
some areas
харесайте
where you know
видеото
you need to improve, but being down
и
on
ми
yourself
помогнете
is not
да
going to
си
help you do
продължа
better. Having that
своето
nagging
пътешествие
feeling,
в
telling you you don't measure
страната
up,
на YouTube.
God's not pleased with you, you'll never get it right.
Благодаря
It's
за
not gonna
отделеното
help you
време.
move forward. You have to accept
Надявам се да ви е
yourself
било
right
интересно.
where you
Ако
are,
някой иска да му
faults or
направя
not.
такова видео, също може да
God
се
is the
свърже с мен
Father,
за
we are the
фриленс
client.
услуги.
He's the one making
Като
you and
цяло,
molding you. It may
това е
not be
новото ми
happening as
призвание.
fast as you would like,
Вече
but you
официално.
don't control the
Айде,
timetable.
чао!
Will you trust him in the process?